to a Healthy Fit video. Today we're going to be making my spelt / almond combination muffins. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about this and for the recipe and this and that, so I thought it might be good, since my daughter Melissa's home, to kind of lead her through the whole thing. Okay, Oliver, my dog's barking. So anyway, these are the muffins. Okay, as you can see. And so I'm going to lead Melissa through the whole process of actually making the muffins. So the first thing we do is we take two or three depending upon the size. I'd say 3 if they're this size, bananas. So you're going to take those.
Bananas.
Yeah, so we're going to peel them, and then what she's going to do is she's going to mash them. So you want to have them very well mashed in the bowl. And as far as calories and things, I have no idea what a calorie count is, but it's no sugar. I use a little bit of agave syrup, kind of, a little bit. I use honey to sweeten it. I don't use oil, and I use egg whites, so it's pretty healthy. I mean, if you're looking for a muffin that doesn't have all the sugar and things like that, I use almond milk. It's no dairy, so you're getting a good muffin. Melissa's a good expert masher. By the way, if you have any questions on this recipe when we're finished, you can always email me at lisa@ahealthyfit.net. I do have, I'm going to be putting another copy of the recipe on my website as well, so you'll be able to go there and look at the exact measurements. Can I make it out there, Lissy?
Almost done. Just one more.
Melissa's tired. She's actually making some coffee for herself, so she's soldiering on here to make this recipe today. This is also a good recipe. It isn't gluten-free because we are using spelt flour. If you wanted to make these using just almond flour, the measurements are going to be a little different, and again, you can email me if you're interested in that, but I tend to use a combination of spelt and almond. I've been tinkering with this recipe for quite a while, and I find that combination works really well, and they come out very light and delicious, so doing a good job.
How many does it make? The recipe.
The recipe makes about, I'd say anywhere from 14 to 16 muffins. It makes a little extra than a 12 regular muffin tin. Also, I have my oven at 400 degrees. I make it a little hotter than, say, 375, using 400 degrees for the muffins. How are we doing there?
Almost done. I just want to make sure I have everything.
Melissa's tried these muffins many times.
They're delicious. You guys will love them.
Okay, that's good actually.
Is that good?
Yeah, yeah. So she's mashed them. They're about like this. We are going to be stirring it at the end. So I choose to put the wet ingredients in first. Yep. Everything in there. And I do have this if you need this. I put all the wet ingredients in first. Okay. So I've got egg whites there. That's the next thing. And as far as the egg whites go, I use 3. If they're really big, 3 egg whites. Okay. There's a little bit of a yolk in there. That's fine. Or 4 egg whites if it's smaller eggs. Right now I have 3. So
here.
Yep. You want to use that? The next thing I use is almond milk, okay? So you're going to use a cup here, 1 cup of almond milk, okay? Excellent, okay? Now, I use honey and vanilla. So vanilla, you're going to use actually a capful. That's fine. You're going to use a capful of that. All right.
But how much? What if someone has a smaller? Like about how much is that?
No, that's fine.
No.
They're all pretty much the same. About a capful, whatever you have of the vanilla. This honey, I'm almost at the end, but that should be enough. You're going to do about a really big tablespoon, either 1 big tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of honey.
Running low on honey.
Yeah. That's all right. That'll be enough, actually.
This?
Yeah, because I'm going to use, if you want to
I
back
like
off
honey.
on the honey, yeah, if you want to back off on the honey, you can use a little more of the agave. Here.
That's basically it though.
Did you feel that?
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead, you can use this again if you need to. So the honey goes in. And as far as the agave for sweetening, I hold off on this till the end, and I'll explain why. So those are your wet ingredients, okay? We did the honey, tablespoon, the vanilla, 1 capful, a cup of almond milk, 3 mashed bananas, and 3 or 4 egg whites, okay? So you're going to take your whisk, mix it up. Okay, just kind of go around, don't go too quickly. Yep. Get nice and blended, don't go, and your batter's going to be lumpy because the bananas, even though you stir them, they're still a little lumpy. That's good. All right, so now we're going to get to our flour. So you're going to take the spelt flour. You can leave that whisk in there. You can use it. You can put in a cup of the spelt and do it over that thing. Yeah, the whole thing.
Is this whole thing a
yeah,
cup?
that's the whole thing a cup. So you're going to do a cup. You're going to do a full cup. It's almost like it's going to be a little over a cup, I would say. So even if it gets a lot more, it's fine. I'd say a cup to a cup and a quarter. All right, so
Like
put
that?
a little, yeah, put a little more in actually. So like that. All right, so pour it in. Good. And I would just take do like a quarter cup more. So it's sort of like a cup and a quarter. And you'll see why. When
Like that?
a little more. When you're combining, so it's actually a quarter. Good. Quarter cup. That's good. Yep. So put it in. And because when you're combining the almond with it, I like to have the spelt a little more in volume than the almond. So now you're going to do a 3/4 of a cup, not quite a full cup, do it over that, of the almond. All right, a little more. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's good. Okay, so about 3/4.
Closer to almost a cup.
Yeah, but just slightly short of a cup. All right, so you want the spelt slightly over a cup, almond slightly short of a cup. Okay, now you need 2, and I use a regular teaspoon for this, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, I find that the flour, the spelt tends to be, and especially the almond tend to be kind of dense, and I needed that even more than that. Make it like a really good teaspoon. 1 more. I find that's good. I find a little bit more. So you want it sort of like this, okay? I find that you need 2 teaspoons to make it really rise. All right, so go ahead and mix that. And again, the batter's going to be lumpy, and just don't whisk it, just kind of, yeah. The batter's going to be lumpy and very moist, okay, which is good, that's what we want. You want to really have it blended.
Just stir it like that?
Yep.
So even though it's a whisk, you're not really whisking.
No,
Like
you're
I
just
was doing. Don't do that.
All right, so when you have it almost all blended, then you're going to take your agave, and it's like a syrup, okay? So it's hard to explain. What I do, and I'm going to do this myself, is I take this, okay, and I just kind of go once and a half around, so once and a half, okay? It's hard to see on here, but
Yeah,
once and a
probably
half, okay? So, and then you're just going to blend that in, and that's pretty much also your sweetener. And you can find this agave, it's raw agave, organic. You can find it at Wegmans or anywhere where they have an organic section. Baking, you'll find this, okay? Got it mixed really good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so,
I think so.
that's fine. Now
Is
I
that right?
have,
Good.
yep. Now I have my baking, my muffin tin already sprayed with nonstick. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill, and you can fill a few of these, you don't have to go crazy, we're just going to do a few. 3/4 of the way full. So you leave about this much from the top, maybe like less than 1/4 of an inch from the top, because even though they kind of rise, they don't rise that much. So you want about 3/4. That's good. So looking at it like this, okay, it's like a little bit from the top. So go ahead and fill a couple more. And like I said, the batter's lumpy. Expect that. It's lumpy because of the bananas, not because of the flour. Very good. You can actually fill this one up. Actually, fill it up a little bit more. You want them almost to the top. Almost to the top, actually. Yep, that's all right. Good. And
Okay.
like I said, good. And like I said, when you're done, okay, you're going to get a nice muffin, and it's not going to be real super sweet, and you know that you're not having any dairy, that you're sweetening it with some organic things, that you're getting some great nutrients in it, and it's just a great muffin to use. So, very good, Melissa.
Thanks.
She'll continue doing that as we go. Like I said, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at lisa@healthyfit.net. I'd love to hear from you. And like I said, if you have any questions on the almond, I have done the almond muffins before. They're a little trickier because they tend to stay moist in the center and you have to give them a little extra time. But I can email you some info about that. But anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Oh, the one thing I want to do, I want to just pull this up to the camera so everyone can see how full it is in case you're
Okay, right
a
there.
little
Yeah.
confused. Right here. So it's like almost to the top. I always get confused when I'm baking.
Thank you, Melissa. All right.
Have a good day.
Yes.